Morning, folks. It is 4:55 a.m. Saturday, and I won't be going to work today. I don't work on the weekends currently, and I am going to do another creation. Haven't quite run out of them as of yet. This is going to be, I did prep prior to, sorry about that, but I did get some wild Maine blueberries in here and some peaches. So we're going to do a blueberry peach cheesecake cake with graham cracker crust. I've already put 4 tablespoons of butter in here and 2 tablespoons of sugar, and with my graham crackers I'm going to see if I can use my electric whisker. Otherwise, I do have the standby. Here's my cold milk that I'll be adding to the cheesecake filling, along with taking the cup of the blueberry peach and adding that into that as well. And I'll take 1 cup of that mixture, or that blend, and I'll be utilizing that for my water content in a spice cake. So it's going to be a blueberry peach spice cheesecake cake. I don't recommend you say that 3 times fast. Try and make sure that I've got that all mixed up in there. I definitely need to prep my pan before I actually do the cake and the filling. I haven't tried it because I've already pre-greased the pan, but I'd be curious whether or not I could utilize this. And actually, common sense tells me I couldn't, because if I've already pre-greased the pan, I'd be taking that and putting that all throughout, and that's avocado as far as the oil that I use currently. I'm possibly considering another switch, or changing over to another one, only because the price might be a little bit less. Okay, I think I got that. Alright, get the milk out of the way for a minute or two. Since I was looking at a space requirement, don't need that one. I actually have the bowl with the eggs and oil in the fridge at the moment. There is actually a difference in the amount of oil utilized. I do use olive oil on that currently, and it was 1/3 of a cup instead of the half cup that we normally have. Alright, so Actually, when I mentioned this at work, one of the co-workers or associates is not going to be in this week when I bring this in, so I tried to help them out and asked them if they would like me to freeze a piece and save it for them until they got back, which they readily agreed to that. There are a few that and suddenly, I'm not saying that I'm enabling, but are on strict diets now, or they tell me they're on strict diets, and received a new department head. Sorry to see you go there, JT, but things happen. Sometimes it's time to move on. But I'm still waiting on those cookies that I was supposed to get last year. "21 days in a wake up before the completion of this course." And we go through the confirmation for the degree, which I should be getting my electronic notification or degree. I believe they said first week in November, and the paper copy coming about the first week of December. So there were a couple of things that came about, because although I did the 4-year program in 3, it should have been 2.5 if other circumstances hadn't gotten in the way. Alright, set that aside for now, and we shall get into our blend, which is going to be a blend of a cheesecake filling with the blueberry peach. Now I did use about 1 3/4 of a peach, and the rest being the wild blueberries to make up the cup that I've got here. Now, got a 1.5 cups cold milk, and I've already had the oven preheating at 350. This side, I'll be needing that here in a moment or two. I'll mix this initially just so that I've gotten it all together prior to putting in the blueberry peach. It's 5:05. I need to go about a minute, and then up my speed on that for another 2 minutes. actually leave some goodies for some of the tenants that I share this apartment complex with to have some little treats later on in the day. I'll just put that, what I have left, in the fridge. Eggs out. Actually, since I am seeing still yellow over here, I'm going to mix that up a little bit more with one of these when I get out before I add that to the oil and eggs. Alright, so we have gone and gotten all of the cheesecake the cheesecake filling mixed together. I'm going to set this aside for right now because I may utilize that in a moment. They want to cut open this. Needing that in a moment or two. That's my spice cake mix. Sorry, I don't really think that I want to go through the prep time on making my own spice cake mix. But I do want to add 1 cup of this. I'll take this up right now. Alright, got that. That'll be going into the fridge in a minute. Put that right in there. Yes, popular culture. My example being the hunt for Red October and the implications that it has and the analysis going through that and how it would or could affect that of a business marketer. Considering that I had previous experience on the U.S. submarines, the Daniel Webster and the Casimir Pulaski. A lot of attention to detail, strategies, and evaluations, which are all things that come into play when you're doing marketing. Okay, I believe I'm done with that. Now, I'll get this together. Kind of ironic, I use this glass bowl for its transparency, if you know what I mean, with things that are going on. Be that as it may, just saying, this is true transparency. Professor Yates, if you're viewing this, I would recommend giving it a try. You might change, or, yeah, well, I take that back because it's making an assumption that you may do the cooking, but it is something that you may want to see if you don't do it, that somebody else close by might be able to try for you. And by the way, I did not include the skin when I did the peaches. I actually scooped the meat from the peaches. I just chewed the skin myself. up to temperature. I am expecting perhaps a cook time at the 350 Fahrenheit of approximately, I know it might be redundant, but I'm thinking right around 57 minutes. I could be wrong. Density of the peach and the mango bits are going to be pretty close. Same with the blueberries. Let's see, blueberries high antioxidants, if I'm not mistaken. That should be pretty good for you. Although it may give some of you a sugar high with everything that we have in here, because we did add some sugar into the graham cracker crust. But there we go. That is what we're looking at. I'll throw it into the oven, set the timer afterwards. Now, I do not recommend checking that prior to your really close time. You should be able to tell, because if you touch and do a finger touch on the very top, because if you try and stick it and you're too early, you're going to get an indent. It's going to kind of cave at that point. So you might want to let it go just a little bit. Make sure it's quasi-firm on the top before you dry stick it. There we have it. There you go. Bye-bye.